And welcome to D&D Storytime. Mongo?
And that's when he said he was going to jingle his bells. And then he proceeded to slap his testicles.
Oh.
You sound very disappointed.
I mean, I am, because that's so overdone. Everybody does the jingle bells in D&D.
But into more serious notes, so, inspired by Bloodborne, I've created an enemy type that I will be dubbing the Hunter. And because I have virtually no fear that any of my players will ever find this stream, the main reason that the Hunter is a villain is they've made a deal with virtually the devil that the devil will destroy the world, kill off all the innocent people, and all that'll be left is either the strong and mighty or absolute monsters. And these guys, more or less, all they want to do is hunt monsters and or die in the process.
So they're goblin slayers.
Yeah, except they want everyone to be a goblin instead of just, is that a goblin? No, it's an innocent person. Damn it. So the whole shtick there is they want the world to be destroyed so that they can have fun with what's left.
Fun of what sort?
Murdering and destroying and raiding and pillaging, dying.
Raiding is not the word that goes with pillaging, but anyway, I get your meaning.
Well, I've decided to help make sense of the fact that in Bloodborne the Hunter can carry 4 weapons, 2 firearms and 2 melee weapons, that their coats are coats of holding. That'll be able to hold several small or tiny items, as well as up to 4 weapons that they can not even use an action to pull out.
That's
One of my players has a bag of holding.
You mean a scrotum?
And you see where I'm going with this.
Yes, he's got a scrotum and it holds 2 nuts. What's your point?
Do you not know what happens when you interconnect 2 extra-dimensional spaces?
Yes, I know what happens.
Okay, well, I just need that one player, who is Skull, by the way, to accidentally put a coat off of a defeated one into that bag.
Oh, I see. So that's how it's gonna happen.
Do you want to explain to the audience? Because I'm sure at least Blue doesn't know. Well, actually, I have no idea what your limit on D&D knowledge, so you may have already known exactly what I'm talking about.
I would like for you to explain it because I think you could explain it much funnier than I could.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. You see, when a daddy extra-dimensional space, which I'll just shorten to ED.
Yeah, see?
For obvious reasons, I will shorten it to ED, because it'll be very short and quick. Perhaps too much. And a mommy ED get tangled in their Schwartz. Both containers, whatever they might be, whether it's a backpack, a bag, a pocket, instantly become destroyed, throwing their contents into the astral plane randomly. However, they also proceed to take any creature within 10 feet of said occurrence with them.
So basically, there's just this pocket of space that all of a sudden goes, nope.
And suddenly I will have up to, I imagine 3, because I don't think all 5 of them are going to be that close together. But up to 3 players suddenly find themselves in a place in Faerun that is called the Graveyard of the Gods. Made of immaterial, 3-dimensional space, in which there is no concept of breathing, there is no hunger, and here's the real kicker for people who don't know, because I learned this, there's also time dilation. 1 day in the prime material is roughly 1,000 years in the astral plane.
It's just the digital world
Meaning
in
if it
reverse.
takes you 2 fortnights just to get to a goddamn church with a strong enough cleric or to an archwizard who can cast the necessary spell to hopefully you've got someone who's willing to do the more expensive version that only needs to cast one spell, because otherwise then you got to pay them twice for the less expensive ones that add up to almost this or pretty much the same thing as the expensive one. But getting back on track, if it takes you 2 fortnights, you're talking, what is that, 28? Almost 30 millennia. If that character survived at all for that long, because just because it's a graveyard doesn't necessarily mean everything is dead.
I mean, what you've just described is basically the digital world in reverse.
Did either of you guys ever watch Reboot?
Yes.
Vaguely. Sometimes I catch it on TikTok.
Warning, incoming game. Warning, incoming game.
God, I tried to rewatch it and the graphics are so terrible.
I know, I can't. I
I
can't
only
now.
know mostly about the graphics. Although there was a Robot Chicken skit that involved porn.
I don't think that's at all related.
Oh, it was Reboot.
Was it really?
Yes.
You
You
know,
want me to find you the video?
sure, but we'll not be airing it here.
Well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Kind of don't
I
want
would
Adult
have
Swim to
loved
come
to
on
have
your
a
ass.
reboot better graphics though.
I think they're in the middle of getting a reboot.
No, they tried and then it got canceled and then
Oh. I thought I heard something about it.
unless it got redone again. A lot of the time they've been.
Right. So, getting to the order of business that we are here for tonight. I promised a deep dive of the best version of Oregon Trail, and god damn it, we're gonna have it. And this time, the only thing that's different is we don't have the trail background music because A, it's repetitive, and B, we don't really need it for this. So, I
I
have it running.
apologize if I act distracted. I may also put on They Are Billions to play while talking through this.
So, I have it running on my Windows 3.1 DOS box now. And it'll be much better as far as the pop ups and no lag for my guests here, who, by the way, are Mongo and Blue, in case you didn't know.
Horror!
And here we go.
So just to be clear, this is an emulator for like Windows 3.
More or less, yeah.
Good God.
Which I have running through a DOS emulator.
I thought you said there wouldn't be music.
Well, the trail music isn't there because it's a different format. This music is fine. What was it like to cross 2,000 miles of plains, rivers, and mountains in 1848? The Oregon Trail allows you to relive one of the greatest adventures in American history, the journey taken by thousands of emigrants on the Oregon Trail. It was a long, difficult journey, one that often
Was it very
resulted in
hard?
failure and death, harder than you. But for
Ooh,
those who
my.
succeeded, it led to a new and better life in the rich, fertile Willamette Valley of Oregon. How will you make life and death decisions? How will you cross the rivers? How much and what kind of supplies should you take along? If you run low on provisions, will you be able to hunt or trade to get the food you need? Will you overcome the dangers and disease and severe weather? The Oregon Trail poses these and other exciting challenges. If for some reason you don't survive, your wagon burns, thieves steal your oxen, you run out of provisions, or you die of cholera, don't give up. Unlike the real life pioneers of 1848, you can try again and again until you succeed and your name is added to the Oregon Trail list of legends. The object of the Oregon Trail is for you to make it all the way from Independence, Missouri to Oregon's Willamette Valley. Along the way, you'll have many decisions to make. On the computer screen, you'll see various buttons that you can click with the mouse. Clicking on these buttons allows you to perform different functions vital to the success of your journey. For example, clicking on the rations button lets you decide how much food you'll eat each day along the trail.
I love
Blue, are
that
you
buttons
okay?
has quote marks around it because so few people had a concept of games like this when they came out.
Yeah, It's
Oh
funny.
Jesus Christ! I didn't even comprehend that.
It's funny to look at 30 years later. You'll also see a conditions panel that keeps you informed of the date, the weather, and the current situation of your wagon. Just like the real life pioneers, you'll have to stay alert and make good decisions if you want to survive. If you make it all the way to the Willamette Valley, you'll receive points based on your current status. If your score is high enough, you'll be added to the list of legends. If you have to stop in the middle of your journey, you can quit and save using the file menu so that you can resume the journey at a later time.
The year is 2243.
Hmm.
The save icon is still a floppy disk.
To be fair, when I first played this, it was loaded on a floppy disk that I had to put into the computer in the computer lab in order to play, and we had to walk to the front of the room.
Yep.
Wait, OG floppy or new form floppy?
OG actual floppy.
Oh my god, you mean like the friggin' foot long things?
The 5 1/4, yes.
Yeah. They were like hand
Jeez.
size.
I just want to point out to everyone, no, I am not actually that old to know what that is. I just happen to have a really awesome teacher in high school who showed us what one of those looked like.
I hope sex ed was truly that good for you.
Well, they didn't let us put condoms on bananas if that's what you're asking.
So you put them on floppies instead.
No, they didn't let us touch condoms.
Oh.
In fact, they didn't even show us them, other than, I think, cartoon images.
Which means
You know, like in the textbooks.
Oh, which means they're actively discouraging safe sex. Good to know.
Oh, no, they completely told us about it. They just didn't want to show anything that wasn't, how do I put it, scientific? I don't know, I've also seen so much porn since then that I'm kind of unaware of what I saw back then.
Across the rugged landscape of North America. Your covered wagon, pulled by a team of oxen, will travel from Independence, Missouri, to the fertile Willamette Valley of the Oregon Territory, a journey of approximately 2,000 miles. Before you set off on the trail, you must register your name, the names of the members of your wagon party, and your occupation. After that, you'll need to buy supplies and make other important decisions. Good luck!
So, here's a question. Are we going to actually take this serious?
That is entirely up to the two of you.
What do you think, Blue?
Well, I tried to play it halfway decent last time, and everybody died, so...
Want to do a funny one just to get it off our system?
Like semi-serious. Like, I would like to attempt to survive, but not that hard.
Well, the first decision that's got to be made is each of you gets to pick somebody to take with you.
Ladies first.
I don't know. Who do I want to take with me?
Well, if it helps, I would keep in mind that this person is probably going to die.
How come you get to be the survivor?
Oh, I didn't say I would survive.
No,
We're all
Alpha.
probably gonna die.
Just kidding. Hey, if one of you picks me, then I go down there.
I'll pick you. You can play with us and see who lives.
He's playing with us now?
Yep. Okay, so just out of curiosity, I pulled up Independence, Missouri to Willamette Valley on my phone as GPS.
Yeah.
And if we were to drive it today, it would take 1 day and 3 hours.
Yeah.
So 27 hours total to drive it.
Yeah.
So in other words, in other words, Europeans would say fuck that shit.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, like, realistically, with some sleep in there in the middle, you're talking like 2 to 3 days of a journey. Walking, according to Google Maps, to walk it would take 28 days nonstop.
Jeez, that's...
Well, 27 days and 13 hours. So if you're talking you need to, like, sleep, hunt, and eat food, you know, it gives you an idea of its estimation here. Weirdly,
Well,
it says, like, there's just weird data in here.
well, my edition shall be the only merchant that I am aware of that we have in the server.
Oh,
Put Set in there.
he'll be so pleased. Now,
I'll get to tell him how many times he died.
so you're saying semi-serious? Here's your guide to occupations.
I mean, I would suggest that we get at least, well, stick true to Set being a merchant, but one of us should be a farmer, probably.
Well, you only
Or
have
not a farmer, a doctor.
only the wagon leader gets to be an occupation here.
Oh.
I agree with Doctor, because when we tried to play this before, I felt like everybody got sick all the time. So let's, like, try and survive with a Doctor.
All right.
I feel like doctor or
The only answer to put up...
maybe farmer.
The only answer up here is who?
Exactly.
Like this?
Yes.
Oh.
Are you the doctor?
Oh, God, I'm fucking slow today.
Yeah, no, I didn't catch on that was her point until I said the joke myself. And then I went, wait a second. Oh!
Jesus Christ, it's gonna be this kind
God.
of... Oi.
Listen, I have not been getting enough sleep lately.
I've had off this whole week, so this is the first week in a long time I've had enough sleep.
I'm also rather screwed up.
She
as
has
far
an
as-
unfair advantage to both of us.
You know, I don't see a problem with this.
You need to decide when to set off on the trail. If you leave too early, there won't be much grass for your
Hang on a
oxen
sec.
to eat. You may encounter some very cold weather and late spring snowstorms. But if you leave too late, you may not get to Oregon before winter, which can be very dangerous. If you leave at just the right time, there will be green grass and, for the most part, mild weather.
I'm thinking April.
Blue,
I was gonna go for May.
consensus?
I think May will be too late. April gives us a much better chance.
That makes you the deciding vote, Alpha.
Let's do April for science.
Croissants!
Alright, we have $1,200 to decide on supplies.
You're not on Snapchat, are you?
Me? No.
Me? No.
Also, here.
Kuro just sent me a Snapchat video of Santa Claus stripping.
Oh.
Think Kuro might be at a drag show.
She did say as much, yes, as the reason why they wouldn't be here tonight.
I recommend at least
Santa has a
6
sparkly
oxen to pull your
bikini
wagon.
underneath
You'll need plenty of flour,
Santa's coat.
sugar,
Oh,
bacon,
God.
coffee, and other types of food. I suggest
This is not
you
what I
start with at
expected
least
on
200
Snapchat.
pounds of food for each person in your party. You'll need good, warm clothing, especially for the
I have to know, is the song playing Santa Baby?
2 sets of clothes per person.
I don't know because I had it turned down so I could listen to this instead, but she sent it to me in two, so
Finally, you
once
might
we get
want to
started,
take
I'll turn
along
my
some
sound up
spare
and I'll
wagon
find out.
parts.
Is there
Watch it
any
on
way
the
that
other
you
one.
can share that? I feel there is a chat in this server that would love to see that content.
Snapchat doesn't work that way.
Big trouble.
Damn
you,
Snapchat!
The whole point is it disappears after you send it, that other people can't easily download it.
So, with that information, what do you guys want to do with your $1,200?
I paid attention to none of that, but I think we
Enough
should have
oxen-
2 oxen.
Enough oxen to go fast. So like 6 or 8. We got plenty of money.
Mongo?
You know what? 6.
Okay.
We need enough for everybody and one to trade with the guy, right? So
That would be 9.
unless we're assuming somebody will die.
I'm not assisting this time. Not unless I
I
absolutely
mean,
have to.
Well, there's 5 people
will
already,
one
right?
set last the entire trip?
They can get stolen, and if it's cold, you can die. So it said it recommends 2 per person. Plus, there's an Indian later on trade a set of clothing too to get across the water.
You know what? In that case, I would say go with 10.
Well, there's 5 people in the party total, right?
No, 4.
5.
Oh, sorry, I
You're
wasn't
in 4
counting.
names.
Yeah, no, I keep forgetting that the wagon driver counts as a separate person. No, in that case, I'd go with 12.
I would think 11. I don't think we'll need a
Well,
extra.
in case they get stolen?
Yeah, but once we get into the warm weather, because we're leaving in April, once we get into the warm weather, we don't need to worry so much about extra clothes.
So
Okay, 11.
Alpha's a surprisingly good shot, so I don't think we'll need too many bullets.
ouch.
Let's see.
I say
Go with
surprisingly
30.
because I suck at this part.
I would say go with 30.
30 boxes? No. No. No, no, no. Like,
Well, I'm also looking at, like, how much money we have.
yeah, I'd rather get wheels and axles and things that are hard and expensive to buy later on.
Oh, I didn't realize we'd get to buy shit later on.
Yeah, so it goes up incrementally with every place that we land. So here is where everything is the cheapest.
Okay,
And-
well, let's max out the spare parts then, I'd say.
I don't think we need to max out the spare parts. We need to max
Okay,
out
2 of them.
perishable food. Or maybe extra oxen. The more oxen you have, the faster you travel.
You know, there should be a critical point where it starts slowing you down.
I'll tell you mechanically that there isn't.
Well, I don't mean, like, for the game. I meant in real life.
I mean, probably, but they didn't program it here.
Well, then
so-
let's max out food since you're saying that seems to be the most important.
Well, I'm saying like let's get three boxes of bullets. That gives us 60, and I don't think when you and I did this Alpha, you went through like a box and a half. So even if you're a crappy shot this time,
You know what? I hate RNG. Stick to 4. Trust me, I know my RNGesus. My prayers have been ignored before.
you're what?
So RNG is random number generator, and it's essentially the higher power in all of D&D lore. So RNG
D&D and
is-
anything else. Literally every RPG game has a random number thing.
it happens.
Every single game.
It's a thing in Pathfinder too. So yes, he's not wrong in that regard.
Okay, so 4
All right.
box bullets.
Okay.
I think at least 2 of each of the spares.
So we're in agreement on that. Because that's what I said before. And then you said max out the food?
Well, and I'm kind of inclined with this much money to start that we get more oxen. Let's up the oxen to 10 because we'll move faster.
Well, do we need to max out the food?
We don't need to max it. You want some money left over because we're going to have to like pay people to get across rivers and in case we need to trade later, but we should get a significant amount of food because the food that we shoot goes bad and the food that we buy here in the beginning.
Well, in that case, maybe we should try and stick to about 1,000 pounds.
Well, do 10 oxen and let's see how much money is left. And then go back to explain because it tells you like a formula.
I recommend at least 6 oxen to pull your wagon, and you'll need plenty of flour, sugar, bacon, coffee, and other types of food. I suggest you start out with at least 200 pounds of food for each person in your party. You'll need good, warm clothing, especially for the mountains. I recommend taking at least 2 sets of clothes per person. You'll need ammunition too. Each box of ammunition contains 20 bullets. Finally, you might want to take along some spare wagon parts. Wagon wheels, axles, and tongues are liable to break along the way. If you're unable to repair a broken wagon, you'll be in big trouble.
Got all that?
Okay,
Yep,
so
this time we were paying attention.
So 200 per person minimum is 1,000 pounds of food, and that's saying 1,000 minimum.
I'm thinking 1,200?
I'm
Either
thinking put in
1,200
the
or 1,500.
I'm thinking let's do the whole 2,000. We have enough oxen to keep us moving even with that weight.
Okay, let's try it.
And we have plenty of money.
We had plenty of money.
We have plenty of money.
$778 is a lot of money. Where's this?
You know, in that regard, should we go to 12 oxen then?
I mean, I don't see why not. And then are you thinking that's a good amount of money to have just in case? Or you think maybe we should grab some extra spare parts or extra bullets?
I think one more thing of spare bullets just to get us to a nice, even number. But one thing I want to say before we go into the next screen. My god, it might be remastered due to your emulator, but this is such a beautiful background picture. Like, give me a second here. I am really admiring the majesty.
It's just a general store.
Yeah, but think of back then, how they had to craft a digital picture.
You like pixel art, huh?
I like really good pixel art.
Well, let me know when you have that picture and when you guys are satisfied with this.
I think I'm finished.
Do you have any
took a lot out of me.
commentary to add, Alpha?
I mean, that's a ton of money. There are a lot of good ways to go about this.
Yeah, this is, as a
In
doctor...
my honest opinion, I think if anything, we might be having too much food. I do think it's going to spoil.
It can't. This food doesn't perish, as Blue said.
The bought food is non-perishable on purpose. It's only
okay. I thought it was perishable.
No. So the stuff you buy in the store is not perishable. The animals that you shoot, or if you find any berries or whatever, that's all perishable.
Yeah, so if we're good to go to the next
screen... It's not a bad idea to max out.
So if we're good to go to the next screen, I'll show you that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm good to go.
So, take a look at this here.
Okay, so non-perishable food.
Right, so everything we bought is non-perishable. And then later on, once we shoot some stuff, you'll see perishable food will appear.
Yep.
I have a good question, though.
Yeah.
Does our driver have a little thing that he likes to wave around that makes a lot of noise? And half the time doesn't do anything?
Do we want to write that lore into this?
We might as well! The wagon's already painted blue.
Alright, fine. We'll make that our headcanon. Now, to properly display all of the windows we have...
Does that mean you're going to type in plus a screwdriver on this list of supplies?
Happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if only for one thing. It doesn't work on wood.
So if we ever needed to, we could drop anything aside from money or oxen.
The town of Independence in western Missouri is one of the chief starting points for folks setting off on the Oregon Trail. Emigrants from the east often rendezvous here to form wagon trains. They stock up on supplies, get information about the journey, and make important decisions, such as when to set off on the trail.
You've seen status. So, rations. You can change these at any time. They start at filling. And mechanically, what this means is filling, each person eats 3 pounds of food per day. Meager is 2. Bare bones is 1.
As a general principle, I think we should stick to meager.
As general principle, so we don't end up sick even though we're a doctor, we should stick with filling. If you,
Yeah, I mean, I have no experience to the game, but
I
my
want,
rationale would think
I want you guys
meager keeps us lasting longer.
I want you guys to know something right now. In any situation where I am forced to be the deciding vote on something, I will go with the crazier option. Just so you're warned right now.
so the way that the game mechanics work is that if you're on meager meals, you are more likely to get sick. Filling is where you want to be. We got the maximum amount of food. We'll be fine on filling. Plus, Alpha's a surprisingly good shot, so if we run out of food or we need perishable food, we can get more along the trail. I wouldn't skimp on filling. That's a really good way to dive.
Okay. Like I said, I forget what the word is, but I am listening to your experience.
You're a green-ass virgin is what you are. Anyway.
Listen, I bleached it last week.
Yeah. Anyway, you can also
What?
trade. I don't.
Yeah, but trading
Do we
is
have
random.
to explain that to you, summer child?
So trading is kind of random. You say, "Well, I got this that I'm willing to trade," and you hope you get something you need and all back.
Well, we don't need anything, do we?
Right. But he's just explaining the game mechanic for you for later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, this is what I wanted to do for the stream, was a true to form deep dive into this.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's actually impressive art.
You were saying, Blue?
I was gonna wait until if you wanted to read this aloud or press play.
Oh, yeah.
Better take extra sets of clothing. Trade them to Indians for fresh vegetables, fish, or meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide at river crossings. Expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated.
Did you read the Missouri Republican today? Says some folks start for Oregon without carrying spare parts, not even an extra wagon axle. Must think they grow on trees. Hope they're lucky enough to find an abandoned wagon.
Can you actually find an abandoned wagon?
Yes. Not often, but it does come up.
Some folks seem to think that 2 oxen are enough to get them to Oregon. 2 oxen can barely move a fully loaded wagon, and if one of them gets sick or dies, you won't be going anywhere. I wouldn't go overland with less than 6.
So there's 3.
Now remind me. I believe you need a minimum of 2 to move, right?
No. You can
You
move
can
with
move
one.
with 1. You just need to drop most of your shit.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, there are at each landmark, at least, there are 3 distinct people to talk to.
Ooh,
you
can we go
rest.
hunting for the rich and lavish?
Not here, we can't. And here's why.
Oh. But what if I want to hunt the people?
No!
Why not?
'Cause I said so.
Tain't right.
Anyway, pace. Steady, strenuous, grueling. 8
I'd
hours.
rather
8 hours per day, 12 hours per day, 16 plus hours per day is how the mechanics are described.
For health reasons, I'd rather stay at the default with the steady.
I'd say steady is probably our best bet.
We can always
Maintain decent travel.
we can always increase later if we feel the need to rush. I'd like to see if we randomly get sick.
Also, it doesn't work on wood,
I'm not
which
putting
means
it on
it's
your
virtually useless.
I'm not putting it on your wood.
Are you implying that you're Pinocchio?
Well, I can tell you now, ma'am. It is not my nose you are looking at down there.
Can we set off, please?
Let's go!
You're the one who had to bring up where we stuck the screwdriver.
So I'm doing this just to demonstrate something really stupid.
Is that an animal on the far right, or is that a rock?
That's a rock.
Oh.
The animals move.
Wow, that took some time to travel.
Yeah.
So until we eat some food and use some stuff, we don't actually have much room.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, but here you go, Mongo. That 15 pounds of venison we just picked up, that's perishable.
and
Oh,
you
I
can,
would hope so.
so
It
much,
wasn't properly cured.
well, you can only have so much weight.
Yep.
So, that means it's kind of useless to hunt at first in this case.
Yep.
Not until we get down to like around 1,000 remaining food.
No, we could start hunting once we get rid of like a couple, like a couple hundred. Because you want some fresh food every once in a while just to mix it up. Plus,
The hell is that? Oh, it's a river.
that was
Oh, we gotta
fast.
put Bessie down.
No, she just gets to be sick for a while.
Yeah, we don't actually have the option to kill an ox unless we're out of food and we're at very poor health for a long time.
Wow. What is that called? The Dahmer mechanic?
No, the Donner mechanic is the stretch to the Sierra Nevada mountains and being unable to move because the blizzards are too heavy. They ran this to the hilt. Oh, by the way. Oh. Well, I was going to show what happens when you hunt in a rainstorm, but this happened. This essentially amounts to a 2-day forced rest.
And now rest can help you with health. So that's the whole purpose of rest. So if you're going like at a grueling pace or something.
Yeah.
Alright. So we need details on the river.
Yep, we'll get them. Pretty music, huh?
Do we like talk to someone or hit continue?
We can do any of the above. I just want to run the music a minute.
It's actually quite beautiful.
Although, man, before I popped into this, I was playing Slime Rancher, and that has really good music in the background.
Okay, first, let's find our 3 people for today.
With the crowds of people waiting to get on the ferry, we could be stranded here for days. Hope there's enough graze for all those animals. Not many people carry feed. I'd rather wait, though, than cross in a rickety wagon boat.
Oh, we'll have that opportunity soon enough.
Can't afford to take a ferry. We're making our wagon into a boat. We'll turn it over, caulk the bottom and sides with pitch, and use it to float our goods across. Have to swim the animals. Hope it doesn't rain. The river's high enough.
Don't try to ford any river deeper than the wagon bed, about 2.5 feet. You'll swamp your wagon and lose your supplies. You can caulk the wagon bed and float it, or be smart and hire me to take your wagon on my ferry.
He said cock. Anyway. So details on the river. You have your width, you have your depth. And here's the explanation of what all happens here. To ford a river means to drive your oxen and wagon across the shallow part of the river. To caulk the wagon means to seal it with pitch or tar so that no water can get in. The wagon can then be floated across the river like a boat. To take a ferry means to put your wagon on top of a flat boat that belongs to someone else. The owner of the ferry will charge a fee to take your wagon across the river. To hire an Indian guide means that you can give an Indian several sets of clothing to help you cross the river. To wait and see if conditions improve means to camp by the river and wait for the depth of the river to go down far enough that you can safely ford or caulk your wagon and float across. Here are
Okay,
choices in
so
this river.
not all those options are available for this one.
Yeah, well, we definitely cannot attempt to ford it. Caulking it will probably be the death of us. Does it tell us how much the ferry costs? That seems like a fair price.
You want to see a neat trick?
Oh!
So,
I am okay with this.
so depending on how
So-
long you'd like to rest, I can actually dictate that here from 1 to 6.
I mean, we're kind of in good health and don't want to waste food at the moment, so let's stick with the 1 day and go. So the answer here is yes.
Mongo.
I already gave my opinion if you weren't listening to it, you yell liver.
I don't listen to you ever, you know that.
Then you need to learn to stick that corn out of your Kentucky Tucket.
Your what? Did you say Canucky?
I said what I said when I say what I say, and I said it I said.
Isn't Canuck like a Canadian? Yeah, in a tucket.
Listen, there ain't no more delicate places that you can keep something than your most delicate place that you keep your dainty self. I do not know what this urethra is.
So, the people actually rotate when you leave a landmark. So the people we're going to see here are the same we'll see at Kearney. So let's hear them out now, and then we'll demo that later.
We've had enough. Pesky flies all day and mosquitoes all night. It's either baking sun or oceans of mud, and sometimes both. Worry over Indians attacking. Haven't seen any yet, but still a worry.
Enough is enough. I've had it with these Indians on this mother effing plain.
This prairie is mighty pretty with all the wildflowers and tall grasses, but there's too much of it. I miss not having a town nearby. I wonder how many days until I see a town with real shops, a church, people.
Be careful you don't push your animals too hard. Keep 'em moving, but set 'em a fair pace. Can't keep driving 'em so fast, or you'll end up with lame-footed animals. A lame ox is about as good to you as a dead one.
Right, onward. Oh, I forgot something. Kansas, 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 Kansas.
Yeah, the Kentucky Tucket.
The Kansas River is a tributary to the Missouri. It is approximately 170 miles long. Its width and depth vary depending on the amount of recent rain or snowmelt. Where the Oregon Trail crosses the Kansas River, the average width is 620 feet, and the usual depth in the middle is about 4 feet. But be sure to check the present conditions when you get there.
I'm learning!
The Big Blue River is a tributary to the Kansas River, which is in turn a tributary to the Missouri. It's approximately 300 miles long. Farther to the south and west is the Little Blue River, which links up with the Big Blue at Blue Rapids. You'll cross the Big Blue north of the rapids, allowing you to avoid the Little Blue River altogether.
Any questions? Children?
Where the white women at?
Oh, yeah.
You can't hunt at all in a rainstorm? It just tells you no?
Yep.
Why am I the one that got us lost? I was playing with my screwdriver.
Yeah, no shit.
Got it twisted and turned all over.
Sounds painful.
Why'd they call it that?
Do I really have to explain it to you?
Explain what?
Why it's so big? And yeah, again, here's your same people. Our dimensions and our choices.
Oh, so there is no ferry at this one.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so
Uh,
feet for fording is what's safe, so fording seems like a very stupid option here. So caulking and floating it across is probably our best bet, but it has been raining a couple days. So we could also wait to see if conditions improve if it dries out a little.
I definitely think we should wait.
Well, you have a consensus, maybe.
Yeah, we can wait.
Okay.
See if a day of... So it went down a little, now it's at 5.6 feet.
I say we shall wait longer. Mostly because, actually, hold on. Cancel it? What is our status? Yeah, no, I think we should definitely wait.
Alright, and if we're gonna wait, I also vote we go hunting.
Can't hunt here.
It's a landmark, right?
Yep.
So gotta wait till we get past. Then we should go hunting right after. I think 5.2 is enough for me. I'm willing to caulk it.
I'd rather see it with a 4 at the start, honestly.
I don't think that's gonna happen for this particular river.
Remember
Hey, if you think that this is gonna be as it gets, then...
I was gonna say, remember what I said I would do if I ever had to break votes. Or break ties.
Yeah, the really good way to find out if you picked the wrong answer is to have him be the tiebreaker that agrees with you.
You know what?
We can't
In that case,
forever. We gotta get across eventually. Let's go.
I mean... Should we flip that coin and see which one of us sounds crazier?
I mean, if you want to do that and to make your choice, just bear in mind, I'm going to choose caulk. So...
Do you still stand by your decision?
Yes.
Yeah, shit, let's try it.
I'm impatient. I won't be camping forever.
Oh, yeah! Hunt right after, you say?
Yeah, or soon after. Up to you if you want to give it like a day.
That's usually what I do.
Yeah, if only because... If
Fire in the wagon!
Oh, boy.
What
well, shit!
4 sets of clothing and an axle.
Well, that sucks. You want the screwdriver gone too? It's metal. It didn't burn.
It melted. Okay.
Not where I kept it.
Jesus. How's that for a shot?
There you go. See what
I could hit wire.
bullets? Oh, what are we coming up on?
Fort Kearney. So here I'll get to demonstrate the price hike. And I get to explain it mathematically.
Woo!
Woo! Woohoo!
Yeah, but I gotta admit, the little graphic up at the top is just so angering because when you can see the fort and you watch it light a fire twice, you're just like, but you can see the fort.
Yep. So, look at those prices. Mongo, do you remember what the prices were back in Independence?
Yes. Well, for the most part.
Okay. What do you notice?
It seems to be a. Give me a sec here. 25%?
Very good, Mongo. I'm very impressed.
Bitch, I handled well in my algebra classes.
This isn't. Whatever. Do we need to buy anything?
Well, we did lose a lot of clothes, but remind me the purpose of clothing. It's mostly for like keeping you warm if it's cold, right?
Mechanically, if the weather turns cold, there is a check in the background that determines whether health is lost.
And it's
I
semi.
would say we want to buy probably 5 sets of clothing. Or how much would 5 sets of clothing run us?
God, no, I would never buy that much clothing because we only lost 4.
12.5 by 5, which is 62.5.
I think that's a waste of money. So we left in April. What's the date now?
April
So
28th.
we're still
April.
we're at the tail end of April. I think we're fairly unlikely to hit extreme cold because we're almost in May, which is kind of like your safe zone for no more late snowstorms. So I would say maximum 2 more sets of clothing just in case. Only because I know we're going to need at least one to trade later. And if we all manage to survive, we probably want an extra.
Mongo.
More importantly, should we replace the burnt wagon axle in case we have terrible luck? Because everything will get more expensive at the next fort.
Your thoughts, Mongo?
I mean, how long? Well, here's a question. Can you go back to the map? Maybe guide?
The guide won't be there, but since we're here,
Fort Kearney is a U.S. Army post established in 1848 near the Platte River. It garrisons cavalry troops who protect settlers and travelers along the Oregon Trail. It was named for General Stephen Watts Kearney, often spelled Kearney, who died in 1848 after helping to establish law and order in the region and serving in the Mexican War.
I don't think I have a way to get to the map. Not until we leave.
Well, hold on. So we've traveled 305 out of 2,000, right?
Yeah.
So we're slightly past the 10.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's how many forts, do you remember?
Before
If anyone would, he would.
Before I go to the index to check this, there's Independence, Kearney, Laramie, Bridger, Boise, Walla Walla, and Hall. So I believe there are 6 plus Independence. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everything goes up 25% each one, or?
Yeah. So Kearney is 25, then Laramie is 50, Bridger 75, Hall 100, Boise 125, Walla Walla 150.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm inclined to go for the axle and like 2 more bits of clothing while it's cheap.
Wait, when did we lose us? Oh, wait, we lost us
The
during the.
fire you
Sorry.
started, idiot.
No, no, no. In my head, I was thinking this also counted the one that we had equipped. So I'm going like,
Oh,
shouldn't we
no.
have?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Yeah,
these
that's
are
what I was
spares,
saying.
but we are a doctor and therefore very unlikely to be able to fix our own shit. So better to have the spares.
Yep, definitely put one spare wagon axle on it.
Damn it, Blue, I'm a doctor, not a blacksmith.
Mm.
Are you in agreement with the clothing?
How much did she say again?
I'm saying 2 because that gives us, 9, which is enough to cover everyone, and if it's cold, we have a little bit of spare. But I don't think we're going to hit too much because of the date. And that's
Don't we
really
have
the
5
purpose of the
people?
clothing. Yes, we have 5 people. But
So,
you really don't need the extra clothing if it's not going to be that cold.
alright.
If you're thinking you want a little bit more, I would say we could get 3. That gives you 2 per person, and probably by the time we need to trade with anyone later, it'll be well into summer and we won't need to worry about the cold factor. Because again, this is the cheapest place. It only gets more expensive from here.
Well, that's why I definitely would think that we should get more than less. But 3 I think is good.
3
Well,
then?
and I understand why you're going for more than less, but also like you just don't often end up needing it when you're already kind of getting towards warm weather.
So I believe I caught a consensus of 3.
That's where I'm going.
Is that good then?
Yes.
Okay.
It wasn't asking me.
Alright then, shall we?
Yes.
Here's a long stretch. A heavy wagon with 10 oxen is getting us 17 miles a day.
We have 12, though.
Actually, I think mechanically the speed, or the rate at which the oxen cap out is either 8 or 10. I forget which.
Yeah, so it doesn't impact speed, but it makes us easy. It makes it easier to handle heavy.
And also bear in mind, one of the oxen got sick right at the starting line, so we're actually running on 11 here.
Yeah, eventually that oxen will die.
Yeah. We're up to 18 miles a day. So,
It's a little too quiet without the background music.
It's fine.
I mean, it's not bad. It
Are
just
you-
makes me feel.
are you satisfied now?
See? Yes.
You said something.
Satisfied in our purchases.
You said something and that happened.
Well, we can try to fix it, but as a doctor, I'm not really hopeful.
I have hope.
Hey!
Hey, what do you know?
Boo!
I'm thinking this means I need to be listened to more often. 1 pound of food is nothing.
Yeah, and it's only the perishable stuff. So,
Hey, the ground got barren.
what are we looking like for status?
Wait, actually, yeah, pause it for status.
So we're out
should
of
we hunt?
perishable. Yeah, we're out of perishable. I'd vote for hunting.
Hunt!
Though I am curious on if Alpha will get another snake bite in this game.
Yeah, I had miracle lightning the last time by actually surviving one.
I'm guessing deer is not good enough?
It is, but he'll run off the screen if I were to try that there.
So it's also mathematics. So a buffalo is a 1 bullet max capacity. Deer you need 4 to fill your max capacity of 200 pounds. And squirrels are pointless unless they're your only option.
Yeah, see, I thought the bullets might be also to defend ourselves. I did not think they were just for hunting.
They did not put Indian attacks into this version. Ironically, they have them in the 1971 mainframe version.
Well, it's not a snake bite.
Various types of disease are common threats on the trail, especially during the second half of the journey as supplies run low or travelers become exhausted. Among these diseases are measles, cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. When members of your party fall ill, you would be wise to stop and rest for several days in order to aid their recovery.
Whoops.
Cholera is caused by a bacterial infection of the small intestine, acquired from contaminated food or water. Its symptoms include severe diarrhea, vomiting, muscle cramps, and weakness. If left untreated, its victims can quickly become dehydrated, go into a coma, and die. It's vital that patients rest and replace the water and salt they've lost. Recovery takes place within 2 to 7 days.
So if we want alpha, it is suggested that we rest.
We should feed him the fruit.
Well, you don't really have that kind of choice. The question is, do we rest or not?
I'd say we should let him rest.
So it says 2 to 7 days for recovery from cholera. How many days do you think?
What do you say to 5?
I feel like that's a lot, personally, but...
I could go down for 4.
Let's go with 4. I really
Now, what
don't
is this?
know what temperature they think hot is, considering it's only May.
By the way, it's been 10 days.
Since you had cholera the first time?
Well, yeah.
So you have not recovered in 10 days.
Never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot, and days of old lang syne. Old lang syne, my friends, old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet, for the sake of old lang syne. Old lang syne, my friends, old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet, for the sake of old lang syne. Right.
I hear terrible stories about wagon parties running out of food before Oregon, the whole party starving to death. We must check our supplies often. We might not get there as soon as we think. Always plan for the worst, I say.
Chimney Rock by moonlight is awfully sublime. Many Indians came to our wagon with fish to exchange for clothing. We bought a number. They understand swap and no swap. They seem most anxious to get shirts and socks.
About noon yesterday, we came inside of Chimney Rock, looming up in the distance like the lofty tower of some town. We did not tire gazing on it. It was about 20 miles from us, and stayed in sight till we reached it today.
Chimney Rock is an important landmark on the Oregon Trail. It's a spectacular natural formation of solid rock and can be seen for miles around. In fact, you can see it for a whole day as you approach it and for another whole day as you leave it behind. If you don't see it at all, within a week or so after leaving Fort Kearny, you've probably strayed too far off the trail.
Damn it! This priapism is really getting annoying.
The what now? What's getting annoying?
I said this priapism is getting really annoying.
Ah. There we
Oh,
go.
good.
Hey, we managed to save Alpha. Did we really win, though?
Not yet. Are we in Oregon?
I mean, what's
when
your
I
opinion of our
played last
current
week,
stats?
only the driver lived, so we're already doing better.
Well, let's hunt a little bit now? Or actually, how many bullets do we have?
We have plenty of bullets.
You want to hunt then?
Yeah, I'd say hunt. Not too much, but something. Something.
The max is 200 pounds, so...
These guys are fast.
Hey, we found Bambi! I actually have to ask, Alpha, are you a fan of the Deer Avenger series, then?
Haven't gotten into it.
A what?
Its humor is really up your alley. I don't think we were that desperate. Okay, that's probably more than enough. Good lord, man, we're not trying to genocide the region. He's firing blanks!
That one had a sixth sense.
I think we can end here. We're just gonna end up with spoilage.
Yeah, just to give you guys an idea of that tiny little game we just did. Really not worth it if you're playing at high level.
Yeah, you want bigger animals.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays.
Jingle bells, jingle all the fucking way.
From the sweat that drops down from your balls, hey.
Fort Laramie is a U.S. Army post near the junction of the North Platte and Laramie Rivers. Originally called Fort William, it was founded as a fur trading post in 1834. It was renamed for Jacques Laramie, a French trapper who worked in the region earlier in the century. Fort Laramie is an important stop for resting and getting supplies along the trail.
The Pawnee are the mortal enemies of the Sioux. I would not hesitate to kill any Pawnee I met, but I have never killed a white man. All I ask from the white man is to leave me alone, and to leave my buffalo alone.
I can't tell if that's being very racist
Don't
or
dig
not.
a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as the Platte River is, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband last week. Could use some help with his harness if you can spare the time.
Don't know nothing about that. Or the harness.
These greenhorns heading across the Rockies know nothing about surviving in the mountains. It gets awful cold up there, even in summer. Many a traveler crossing the mountains too late in the year has gotten snowbound and died.
Actually, now that there's been a couple references to this now.
Oh my
In
god.
1846, a wagon train captained by George Donner set off on the Oregon Trail. After South Pass, they turned southwest toward California, but they were delayed in the Rockies and Great Salt Lake Desert and were blocked by winter snows in the Sierra Nevada. Half of them died, and the survivors resorted to cannibalism. To keep slow wagons moving, usually all you have to do is mention the Donner Party.
And actually, Tabletop Sim has a game in the workshop entitled Donner Dinner Party, I think it was. Worth a look in the future, I think.
Donner dinner party.
Yeah.
I vote Alpha goes up.
So after this, the pace... Ah!
God damn it!
After this, the pace slows down a little bit.
What?
I was never able to figure that one out. Terrain was my best guess. But
we may want to speed up if there's no grass here.
Speeding up with hungry oxen is a stupid idea. They're the ones pulling it. Oh no, now you have a broken leg?
Oof.
Who? Fix me first! Wait, did we even stop to let me rest?
No. Do we want to rest?
I'm thinking between the leg and me. Maybe at least 2 days.
Your problem is if we rest and there's no grass for the oxen, we have a different problem. So we probably shouldn't rest very long.
Like I said, 2 days.
Oxen. What?
That's why I said 2 days was my recommendation.
Two days rest, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. How are we on perishable food?
None.
Let's go hunting.
The game is likely to be... The game is likely to be pretty scarce in this stretch.
Well, if there was one deer, hopefully there's another.
Oh dear.
I realized there were birds. Are they a pain in the ass to shoot?
Yes. Even I can't.
Are they any more rewarding?
No.
No.
I am utterly incapable of hitting apparently anything at this point.
Alright, end it. 5 should be enough.
See, that's a good day on this stretch. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, when we did this the other day, it was like bad water, bad water, bad water again.
Bad water is just a straight health hit. We're going down to fair.
No shit, there's no... Well, depending on the kind of oxen we've got, there's definitely none of that.
Well, again, forced rest.
I live!
More forced rest. More spoilage. More fruit.
Yeah, this is where you start to get really minimal choices.
We're only going 8 or 9 miles a day at this point. As the wagon gets lighter, we're moving faster.
Yeah, well, we don't want it too light.
But it's still showing as heavy.
Yeah, it's still over 2,000 pounds. Drop under 2,000, it'll fall to middling. Under 1,000, light. 3,000 plus is overloaded.
Do we want to try and fix it, or do we want to just replace it?
The wagon tongue is a wooden beam that extends from the front of the wagon to which the oxen harness assembly is attached. In other words, it connects the wagon to the oxen that pull it. If the wagon tongue breaks, you have to repair or replace it before you can continue on the trail.
I'd say we probably should fix it.
You're very fix it before replacing kind of thing, huh? Might as well. I think we could use the rest with our fair health anyway.
Well, except for his leg.
No dice this time.
Well, fair health means that any rest is kind of a good idea.
Well, back then, getting the wrong kind of...
Ha!
He deserves
Rattlesnakes
it.
are common along the Oregon Trail, especially in the mountains and along the Snake River. If you see or hear a rattler, keep your distance. A snake bite is cause for serious concern. If anyone in your party is bitten by a snake, they will become very sick and may well die unless they receive adequate care, including plenty of rest.
Alright, if we don't want Set to die, we should probably rest a couple days. Especially since other health is running fair.
How long?
What do you think? 4 days.
2 or 3?
Consensus?
I guess that's...
Does he need 4? I don't know. It didn't say, like, with cholera, it suggested 2 to 5, or 2 to 7.
It said for rattlesnake bites, plenty of rest.
4. I'll try to keep my dear brother alive.
Hey, health went back up.
Yay. Wandered off for 3 days.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, what?
Hey!
Oh, wait. So did that mean we lose an ox, or does that mean we just went down less for a couple days?
It's another forced rest.
Oh, good. The resting helped. Everybody seems to be getting well.
Everybody stay alive!
What are we at? Everybody's healthy except for broken leg?
Nope, I healed too.
Okay.
Yeah, it just said that he healed.
I couldn't remember if he also had something else. And that would probably
now
be
we're
the
finally
sick
down
one.
to 11.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, that sick ox where it lasted a long time.
Not as long as the one
Well,
from
that's
last
assuming
week,
that's the sick ox.
It is.
Yeah, that's just how the game mechanic works.
Traveling through this world of woe, but there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that old world to which I go. I'm going back to meet my mother. I'm going back, no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
Good song.
I just got a pop-up reminding me that Steam has a bunch of games on sale.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah, the winter
It's a
sale's
large
on.
natural formation, almost 200 feet tall, made of soft stone, into which many travelers and traders have carved their names, initials, or brief messages. It gets its name from the fact that, in order to stay on schedule, travelers try to reach it no later than July 4th, Independence Day.
Ho 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 ho! Look at the date.
Hold on, what was that?
Look at the date.
Wow.
How about this shit?
Wow.
So we're basically right on schedule then.
Yep.
I carved my name way up the side of Independence Rock, near the top. There are hundreds of names up there. The oldest ones were carved by mountain men and fur trappers. Famous names like Fremont, Bonneville, and DeSmet.
Wednesday night, Kuro was reading the Goron baby from Majora's Mask in very much the same kind of voice. It is the cutest thing. Alright. Number 2.
No butter or cheese or fresh fruit since Fort Laramie. Bless me, but I'd rather have my larder full of food back east than have our names carved on that rock. Well, 'tis a sight more cheery than all the graves we passed.
Goodbye, Platte River. Goodbye, sand hills and white buffalo skulls. Now we climb the Sweetwater Valley to cross the Continental Divide at South Pass. Once across the Rockies, we'll make a steep descent into the Green River Valley.
Alright.
So, as a test, when we stop at these places, do you want to see how expensive things get going forward?
I don't see why not.
You know what?
We do have to replace a thing.
I should have done that at Laramie. Laramie would have been a 50% hike from Independence, which is just another 25% off of base at Kearney. But yeah, should have done that. Wagon is getting lighter. 14 miles a day now. Fucking.
Next time we're in like a hospitable place, I think we should probably look for hunting again. Damn it! Who was watching while I was playing with the screwdriver?
The screwdriver got melted, genius.
Yes, I now call it Prince Albert.
Voice.
Gave me a nice ladder.
Boys, that's very dot-like of you.
I'm very sad because I have a slice of cake in my refrigerator that I really want to eat, but Bowie is still laying across my lap and I don't have to get him to move.
Aw.
I need the force to work and bring me the cake from the fridge.
I can't do it from this far out, I'm sorry.
So, we have a wagon part we should replace.
Can't do it here.
Yeah, so in this place only trades would be available, right?
You want to try for it?
No. I'm just asking.
Oh, yes. We can only trade at this point.
So only forts have places that you can purchase. Places like this you'd have to trade. And the way that the trades work is you say, okay, I'm willing to trade this, and then you kind of have to hope that they want to give you something that is useful. So it's not really helpful.
Oh, actually other way around. We can request the tongue.
Well, I mean, we still have one left. I'm not inclined to risk it.
Yeah, no, she's right for now.
South Pass is a valley that cuts through the Rocky Mountains at their highest point, the Continental Divide. It marks the halfway point on your journey to Oregon. After South Pass, the trail splits. If you're short on supplies, you should head for Fort Bridger. But if you don't need supplies, you may want to take the shorter route and go directly to the Green River.
Incidentally, the Continental Divide kind of resembles an ass crack.
You might be biased.
Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe.
My family and I traveled with 40 other families to the valley of the Great Salt Lake to seek religious freedom. Back east, Mormons are persecuted. In Utah, we'll join together to build a new community, changing desert into farmland.
Which is wild since Utah now has one of the highest suicide rates among young people because the Mormons are so fucking insane.
Must resist political tantrum.
Never mind political tantrum. How about Disney destruction? Be my guest, be my guest. Put my cervix to the test.
What?
Hey,
I'm sorry, Alpha. You've got something to share with one of the channels.
The dog has moved. I'm getting cake and not your cervix talk.
You're welcome.
Waste not the opportunity.
Actually, my Mormon cousins didn't like that one very much, but everybody else I've told it to found it hilarious.
Did you say Mormon cousins?
Yes, I did.
You have Mormon cousins? How does that go?
You've got cousins?
They live several. They live several states away. I haven't actually seen them in years.
No, I meant conversation-wise.
Oh, usually video games, honestly. But no, like it. I like having fun with Disney songs, Christmas songs, things like really pop culture and whatnot. And that
Well,
was the
you know
thing I
that
came
one
up with.
TikTok I sent that you mentioned it spoke about your inner thoughts? He used to do a lot of songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
Until his kids found his TikTok.
Yeah.
And sang one of them right in front of his wife's Bible study group.
Whoops.
I only heard whoops because I was getting cake.
That's all you needed to hear.
Well, let's hear this and then say it again.
When the white man first crossed our lands, their wagons were few. Now they crowd the trail in great numbers. The land is overgrazed with their many animals. Do any white men still live in the East? My people talk of moving.
So, a TikTok channel, and
My father is very sick, and we are resting here until he gets better. We have been pushing too hard, and our health has suffered. When my father is able to travel again, we will go at a slower pace.
I love how they give you, like, hints on how best to survive when you're already well into your,
Well, the idea is that most people by now will have not been so well off. So they need those hints.
They're hoping that when you play your second round, you'll listen to advice.
we have a navigational decision to make here. Do we think we need to buy stuff?
Well, we still have one tongue left and two of all the other parts.
Yep.
We're a little short on clothes, but I feel like we're now in July, so we're probably fine.
Well, wait, have we crossed the mountains already?
No.
This is what we're deciding.
Then we're gonna want clothes. Because they said that it gets cold even during the summer.
Well, if we go to Fort Bridger, we avoid the Green River crossing.
So, yeah, but it's a longer trip, so you need more supplies in general. How many clothes?
I'm saying to the fort.
Clothes, I believe, are at 8 now, after the theft.
So we still have enough for everybody. Nobody's naked. I vote the shortcut.
I vote the fort.
I vote the shortcut. You know why? Because shortcuts are dangerous.
Oh, look, I've been rewarded.
I will not let this go to my head. I will not let this go to my head.
Bacterial infection of the bloodstream. It's usually spread by contaminated food or water.
What is it?
Early symptoms include fever, headache, and weakness, later followed by a red rash. Often there's also diarrhea, nose bleeding, and coughing. Good food, water, and rest help in recovery, which may take several weeks. Untreated, it can lead to massive organ failure and death.
I think I may have a rash. Here, have a closer look.
What I'm getting out of this is either we need to wait a long-ass time for you to get better, or you're going to have to make do.
We're probably Is that we're at fair right now, so we could probably afford a short rest, but you also have no grass for the oxen, so you don't want to rest too long.
We're going to proceed until a consensus is made on that. Or I should say, if a consensus is made on that.
Well, can we try hunting here?
No, right now we can't.
No hunting during rain, because you never showed that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier.
And that's what came up.
Okay.
Very rainy and hot. That's the worst.
Ugh.
Oh, goody.
Boy, this rain won't let up.
Oh, you recovered fast. River. God damn it, you spread it to me! Damn! Damn freaking contagious monster!
There's something I need to do after we cross the river.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted that blanket from you.
Big ass caribou.
Jeez, that is a lot.
Can you throw us our status while the music is playing, or will it stop your music?
It'll give me more time with it, actually.
Hey guys, Y2K!
What?
He's referring to 1999.
Oh.
Okay, both of you should have been fully conscious and aware of that year. What's your excuse?
I wasn't looking at the wagon weight. I was actually looking at food and how much money we had, because I think this one is... I think this river has a ferry.
The Green River is a tributary to the Colorado River, flowing south from the Continental Divide along a twisted, rugged path. It's estimated to be more than 700 miles in length. It's navigable only at high water, and even then it's extremely dangerous. But you must cross it before proceeding west on the Oregon Trail, so be very careful.
And we missed...
Fort Bridger is a U.S. Army outpost, although it was founded in 1843 by fur trader and scout Jim Bridger as a trading post and way station. It's an important stop along the Oregon Trail, where travelers can rest, buy supplies, and obtain information about the next stretch of the journey. A little over 100 miles to the southwest is the recent Mormon settlement of Salt Lake City.
When wagons first started coming through here, we did not mind. We even found it good to trade game and fish with the travelers and help them cross the rivers. Now there are too many white men and too little land for grazing.
God damn the white man.
$5 to ferry us over the Green River? Those ferrymen will make $100 before breakfast. We'll keep downriver until we find a place to ford our wagon and animals. What little money we have left, we'll keep.
You ain't gonna find that on the Green River, pal.
If it's only $5, I'd say we should take it.
Food and independence. We have been eating very small rations since Fort Laramie. Because of that, our health is poor.
This in Kuro's
My
voice.
sister has mountain fever, so we're stopped here for a while.
Yes, the advice that says small rations are bad, guys.
I call this the suicide river. Anybody care to guess why?
Yeah, Jesus!
So,
anyway, let's take the ferry.
Yeah, ferry.
How many days do we wish to wait? Anywhere from 1 to 6.
Well, We're at fair. We could probably use the rest health-wise, so a little longer than 2 is fine. Let's do like 4 or 5, maybe. Whoever comes up first.
You go with that, Mongo?
I can accept these terms. These parameters are acceptable.
4. We haven't dunked yet, which is good. Oh,
Well,
oh wait, Mongo's sick. Grueling pace.
I am?
we did not vote for a grueling pace. Go back to steady.
Okay. I did him a favor.
I lived, bitch!
I did him a favor.
Wait, when did I get sick?
Right before the river. Remember you were ranting and raving and bitching about Contagion?
I only remember playing with Prince Albert in his flesh can.
That part where you accused me of giving you a sick blanket, you forgot that already?
Alright. You! You lying Jezebel.
Where are we at perishable food?
30. I will say though,
we may want to try hunting soon.
I will say though, I do appreciate the immediate clapback when I did what I did deliberately against Mongo.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at my "you dirty Jezebel."
No. Well, I found that suitably tasteless. No.
I have no taste. Thought you knew this.
Oh, did you like catch coke forever?
No, I just have no sense of taste, according to my brother.
Yeah, I've heard about the type of stuff you eat.
Oh, I have since by and far improved. You're talking about at least 3 years
that
ago.
much better.
Yeah.
Oh, it's significant if you ask him. I eat Indian food on the regular if I can help it now.
Have you tried Thai food yet?
Oh, I've loved Thai food for years.
How about real ramen?
We actually did have that some time ago.
How about Mediterranean or Pakistani food?
I believe I've tried Mediterranean. I did not care for it.
Soda Springs is an important landmark and stopping off point along the trail. It gets its name from the alkaline, sodium, mineral springs you find there. Some travelers separate from the Oregon Trail at this point and head southwest to California. Others wait until they get to Fort Hall before going on the California Trail.
I've heard it said that there are many cutoffs to take to shorten the journey. That by taking all the shortcuts you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
Why not is how the Donner Party got in trouble.
My, the Soda Springs are so pretty. Seem to spout at regular intervals.
Me too.
Felt good to just rest and not be jostled in a wagon all day. When I get to Oregon, I'll have a soft feather bed and never sleep in a wagon again.
Celinda Heinies. Trust me, gal, you are not making it.
Heinz, Mongo. Jesus.
Heinies.
My job every day is to find wood for the cook fire. Sometimes it's very hard to find enough, so I store extra pieces in a box under the wagon. On the prairie, I gathered buffalo chips to burn when there wasn't any wood.
Shit.
Is that what I think he said?
Yes, yes, he said shit. He gathers shit and he burns shit. Okay?
Chips. He said
Oh,
chips.
shit.
Buffalo chips are shit.
Yes, but the child said chips.
And I am saying shit. Shit, chips, tomato, boys.
Tipsy Dipsy. A lesser known cousin to Tinky Winky.
Anyway, this is the shortest.
Have you ever seen the internet theory where Teletubbies in the TV show were just like essentially the baby toddler version of the weird alien creature? When they were fully grown, they were actually like horrifying cryptid monsters.
I do not believe so.
Can't say I have, no.
I will send you the beautiful artwork later. Somebody drew what they think an adult Teletubby would look like.
Oh boy.
It's properly horrifying. Alright, so this would be a good place to double check the price of clothing and see if we feel like it is worth buying some more.
It is now double from Independence.
Which would make it what, 25 bucks?
40 for an ox, 20 for clothing. Yeah, here you go.
So I mean, we still have a good amount of money
stand by
left.
we should probably try to get 2 clothes.
I would say 3.
Oh, now she supports the clothes!
Well, we had some get lost too, so we had some stolen and burnt. That gives us 11, which is 2 each, and 1 to trade.
Because I refuse to do the quick maths, what's 200 pounds of food gonna give us?
Well, the total would be
80
close,
bucks? Wow, that's more than I thought. I just wanted to see the number. I don't plan on buying that much.
Well, we bought
if any.
we bought the maximum right at the beginning, 2,000 pounds of food. Does this number here, 1079, include perishable and non-perishable? Only non-perishables.
I think
it would include both.
It has to include, because I remember we were down to like 900 something of non-perishable.
It would include both, yes.
Well, alright. Get rid of the food number at all and just buy the clothing, and I would like to see the exact numbers for where we are at with food. And then maybe we come back and buy some more. So we have 975 pounds of food. We started out with 2,000, so we're just under half. Where are we at trip-wise? How many miles?
1259 out of about 2,000.
Okay, so I mean, I think we're actually pacing food very well.
I would like to go hunting as soon as possible in an area that might have some, but otherwise I agree with you.
Yeah, I think we're okay without more food, because I mean we're about halfway, and we're about halfway through the food, even on the non-perishable side. So yeah, let's stick with our 3 sets of clothing. Are we worried about the wagon? Because it's only going to get more expensive from here.
We might want to buy one tongue.
I feel like we already broke one, so we're probably statistically more likely to break one of the other ones, and we have a spare. So
We've also broken an axle if you're looking that way.
I mean, what are the odds that we break the tongue twice?
The odds don't change, really, at least as far as I can tell.
So, in all likelihood, buying the clothes is pretty much all we should need. For at least the next landmark. Minimum.
yeah, and I mean we have a good amount of money if we feel like we really need a place that we can afford a slightly more expensive one than the next one. So yeah, 3 sets of clothes. I'm good with it. Let's go.
Mongo?
That's what I said.
Okay.
Well, friend, this is where we part. I'm bound for California with an imposing desert to cross. And you've got the Snake River to cross, which I hear is no picnic. Write us, you or the missus, just as soon as you reach Oregon.
What misses, though?
Hear there's mountain sheep around here. Enough water, too, but hardly a stick of wood. Thank heaven for Fort Hall. But I'm real sorry to be saying goodbye to Cousin Miles and all the folks heading for California.
Fort Hall is a busy fort. The wide stretches of meadow grass here are just what our tired animals need. As for me, I'll fix up the wagon leaks. Amanda's real anxious to wash all the clothes and linens in one of those clear streams.
Fort Hall is an outpost on the banks of the Snake River. It was originally a fur trading post founded by Nathaniel Wyeth in 1834. Later it was bought by the Hudson's Bay Company. Ever since, it has served as an important stop along the Oregon Trail, where emigrants can rest and buy supplies. Some travelers turn southwest at this point and head for California.
Believe I heard a call for Hunt.
Yes.
Huh? I mean, that looks like plenty of grazing grass.
Oh, you son of a... Hey!
Is that a bear?
Well, it was. I need another one of those to get up there. Yeah, you'll do. Yeah, bear only go about 100, 110 on average.
Sounds nice and succulent.
And I have just been rewarded.
I didn't catch it. What happened?
He's exhausted.
Look at the journal.
Oh.
I insinuated something and immediately got rewarded.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You only getting as you deserving.
By the way, the math on spoilage is it'll chop off the last number of the perishable food and then take that away. So if you add the 24 back, that's 240. Take off the 0, that's how you lose your 24. Health is poor now, if anyone's watching.
Why?
All that, well, it was until a moment ago. All that bad water, probably.
Well, I think then we should take a rest, even though we just there.
Let's agree on a number of days before I stop the wagon.
Well, hit status.
Okay.
So you're suffering from exhaustion and everybody else is fair. I'm thinking 4 to 5 days.
I'd say 4.
Yeah, we got 2 people suffering from exhaustion now. We definitely. Oh, there you go. And Alpha died. We took too long to
We
rest.
stopped to rest for him.
We didn't rest yet.
We are gathered here today. Somebody read a eulogy, goddammit.
We are gathered here today to possibly regret the passing of one sick, twisted son of a bitch. There are those who would consider him an enemy. Those who would consider him a disease upon mankind. Those who would say that it was only just and ironic that his fate be held as such. I cannot find fault with these fine people.
Um,
Do you feel loved, Alpha?
um, I don't know.
I will say this. No one could shoot the testicles off of a squirrel chasing a fly at 300 feet like this bastard.
I don't know if love is the word for it. I don't suppose you have anything to say, Blue?
I'm very sad.
Well, thank you.
There are those who will pretend to mourn this loss. They are very polite and righteous people.
Now, what's to stop me from hitting grueling now, buddy?
Okay, hold on.
Right,
Pause.
What?
So, we tried to rest for 4 days. At the end of the 4 days of rest, I also became exhausted and you died, and Mongo has a fever?
Yeah.
I'd say that we should probably rest for the next 5 days.
Yeah, let's take another rest.
Are you entirely sure you want to do this after what you just saw?
I don't know.
No, I am not entirely sure.
I think resting will help. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, food only goes down by 12 pounds a day now.
There we go. Rewarded. It's a little terrifying that he's had a fever for 5 days. Are you fucking kidding me?
I lived, bitch!
I didn't.
I still want it noted, we tried to rest for you. We tried to.
Oh, there's the trifecta.
End the day. Oh, sweet.
That works.
Those hands are good for more than just a healing touch.
I long to hear you away, you rolling river, oh Shenandoah, I long to hear you away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri. Farewell, my love, I'm bound to leave you away, you rolling river, oh Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you away, we're bound away, across the wide Missouri.
After leaving Fort Hall, the trail follows the Snake River for hundreds of miles. The Snake River gets its name from the way it twists and turns through this rugged country, sometimes
What
through
is
steep
going on?
gorges. But the trail is fairly flat, though dry and desolate.
It's coming very distorted on our end.
Makes wagon travel possible. Crossing the Snake River, however, can be very dangerous.
Stand by. Testing.
You're fine. It was her that went weird.
Alright, let me try this again as a sound test.
After leaving Fort Hall, the trail follows the Snake River for hundreds of miles.
Is this good?
The Snake River gets
Yeah.
its name from the way it
Yeah,
twists and
it's
turns
only every
through
now
this
and then.
rugged country,
It is not
sometimes
consistent.
through steep gorges. But the trail is fairly flat, though dry and desolate, near the river, which makes wagon travel possible. Crossing the Snake River, however, can be very dangerous.
And we're about to do it.
It says right here in the Shively guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you at the crossings of the Snake River, it being dangerous if not perfectly understood. But my husband insists on crossing without a guide.
Lady, you are capable of reading?
Down there between those steep lava gorges, twisting and writhing, is the Snake River. So much water, and so hard to get to. We've got many miles of desert before Oregon, so be sure to fill your water kegs at the crossing.
With what? We've only got bad water.
See that wild river? That's the Snake. Many a craft's been swamped in her foaming rapids. Her waters travel all the way to Oregon. We'll be crossing her soon, and then again after Fort Boise. Take care at the crossing.
We actually won't be crossing it again within the scope of this game. This is the final crossing. And our choices and dimensions are...
We're just gonna hire the Indian. We're not gonna be stupid. Unlike that guy with the wife.
Mongo?
Tain't right to let the women read, at least not in this day and age. But I do agree with her words.
Ouch.
Listen, Days was a stupid bunch back then.
So...
Alpha's dead, so we got extra clothes. So yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah. So the only two values that show
He
up
won't
here
be needing it.
is 2 or 3, just so you guys are aware of the mechanics. So, yeah. I have never seen the wagon tank while crossing with an Indian. I have survived without the Indian's help, but not often.
So we're paying for the guarantee.
It seems that way, yeah. If the
Or I guess trading.
If the success rate is less than 100%, then I've never seen it actually hit.
Oh goody, typhoid is back.
Damn it, Danny!
Everybody surviving
Danny
has had
typhoid.
it at this point.
I just can't believe you died of exhaustion of all things. Not a snake. Exhaustion.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, that really hurts.
It's nearly half the food supply.
Well, that sucks. Guess we should probably go hunting. How many bullets we got left?
Probably enough.
Aim for something big if you can.
Yep.
Oh, let the spirit of Alpha
Got
guide this rifle.
It is a light one, but I got him right at the edge.
So what? And what's not that's left?
What's what now?
Go into status.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Set's got a
Hold
broken
on,
leg
I'm looking
on
away.
on top of typhoid.
We're not a... Well, we've got to rest. We might want to... Are we limited to only getting 200 pounds of perishable food at once?
Yes.
Damn. Well, then there's no point of hunting, but we might as well wait.
Well, no,
What do you think, 4 days?
You can only bring 200 pounds back to your wagon, but it'll spoil quick if you overcompensate.
And they're not kidding when they say that food may become scarce if you hunt too many times in one place.
Well, I'm thinking we should probably wait at least 4 days. But the problem is, we're in the fall, and we've got about a quarter left to go.
We're not in the fall yet. Technically, September 16th is still summer.
Can you pause us?
Oh my god!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god! This is supposed to be rare.
Damn it, Jim! Stop the damn wagon already so we can rest!
This is our third fire. What is going on?
Most trips I've taken don't even have one.
I'm playing with the screwdriver.
The screwdriver's fucking melted.
Yes, I now use it as a tuning fork.
Alright, can you go to status when you close out of this? I want to know.
Yeah, here. All the perishable shit is gone.
We're down to 200 non-perishable, so
Yeah. So
we need to go
unfortunately,
hunting.
because we are Smarty Pants Doctor and we have a good amount of money, we should definitely buy some non-perishable food at the next place.
Well, the wagon's light now. If you wanted any good news.
Well, hold on. I still want to rest because of Set's broken leg.
Do you want to rest?
Well,
yeah,
we're right at
this
the
is the
fort.
third time I've mentioned it. That is probably going to take us at least 2 more days' travel to reach it.
Fine.
I'd say 3 days.
Okay.
3 days? Are we good with 3 days then?
Yep.
Fine, let's go.
Does the wild fruit, like, save us on food or anything? Because I haven't seen anything else that it could be doing.
It gets you
Wild
20...
fruit, yes, gives us some perishable. Alright, we need to go
Wait,
shopping.
so are we in Idaho then?
Yeah. Lost my true lover.
How much food are you thinking?
I want to see how much it costs.
45 cents.
So if we get 100, it's going to be $45. If we get 200, it'll be 90. Or did I not math right?
What do we have left? Like $300?
Tell you in a sec.
I think we got over 300.
We're at 260. Food is 45 cents a pound.
How many miles we got left? So we have about 500 miles left, and it's about how many pounds per day?
Right now the rate is 12 pounds per day, with 4 people eating filling.
Okay, so 12 pounds per day. We have about 500 miles left, and we're averaging how many miles per day?
15. Provided everybody's well, which right now Set is not.
So we got about 30 days left. Right?
About.
So we want to have about 400 pounds of food, plus we can hunt some. So I would say, yeah, what's 200 pounds of food? $90?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yep, sounds right to me.
So that puts us up to 350, right? Roughly.
Yeah, 348.
Fort Boise was built by the Hudson's Bay Company in 1834 as a fur trading outpost. Its name comes from the French word boisé, meaning wooded. That's because there are lots of trees here, unlike the dry region of the Snake River Plain to the east. An important stop on the Oregon Trail, it stands on the banks of the Boise River, a tributary to the Snake River.
You'll not get your wagon over them Blue Mountains, mister. Leave it. Cross your goods over with pack animals. Get yourself a couple of good mules. Pieces of the wagons litter the trail, left by them folks who don't heed good advice.
I'm not going to half-ass it the way you just suggested.
At every fort along the trail, prices have been higher than at the previous fort. This is outrageous. They're taking advantage of us. If I had the chance to do it again, I'd buy more supplies in Independence.
Get it? Because a mule is half-ass and half... Never mind.
I thought we were talking about drugs.
Even though
I was getting ready to cut the cocaine.
Toils, my head is filled with dreams of the rich farmland of the Willamette Valley. I will build myself a fine, handsome homestead, and I'm certain I'll be rich within 5 years.
On top of all snow.
Alright, we good?
All covered with snow.
Think so.
I mean, I might have to be going soon.
We're not far from the end. There's only 2 legs and a rafting game left. If we survive that long. If.
Well, it's bad water time, don't you know?
And with Mongo's
And
leg,
there's no grassing for the oxen.
with Mongo's leg broken, we're making 12 miles a day. Or not Mongo's, Sets.
We should probably go hunting.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably
We definitely should go hunting. Goddamn thieves is in the nights. Is there only like 2 areas?
There's 3.
Ah.
Blue, I told you last week about the one time I had 20 oxen stolen from me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be worse.
I just can't believe we've had 3 fires.
Yeah,
3 fires. And, like, is this our third?
The tuning fork commands me to spread the blaze of glory.
Yes, that's insane to me.
Yeah, so 3 fires, and this is the second round of thievery.
Yeah.
That feels very unusual.
It is very unusual. Now it's October and we're getting near the mountains. This is like coin flip territory here. May attempt the fix?
Well, we have the axle. We're near the end, and we probably shouldn't wait today with it being October.
But we still have to use a day to make the replacement. So it's either 1 day or 2 days that we make the rest. Say no, it's
What are
1
your
day and
thoughts?
we use it up. Mongo?
Not the only voter here.
I go with her.
So the answer is no then.
Is it?
And just replace it outright or try to fix it?
Replace it outright.
Yep, okay. That could increase the break rate. And possibly... Well, that'll damage health. So will that.
Jesus.
Aye.
Alright.
I'd say try to fix it.
Yeah, try to fix it.
That's the third axle.
These oxens are mighty sturdy. Going for so long without food.
You are gone, all my grief is removed. Let me forget that so long have you rode. Let me believe that you love as you said, long, long ago, long ago.
Since crossing the Snake at Fort Boise, it's been just mountains and desert. Dust deeper each day, 6 inches at times. No tracks, just clouds of dust. Many cattle
6
choked
inches
on the
at
dust
times,
after
huh?
swimming the river, then bled and died.
That seems violent.
We followed the edge of the desert from Fort Boise to the forbidding wall of the Blue Mountains. The hills were dreadful steep, locking both wheels and coming down
But were they
slowly.
alive with
We
the
got
sound of
down
music?
safe. Poor animals. No grass or water for days.
This valley of the Grand Ronde is the most beautiful sight I've seen in months. Water and graze in abundance. And if this valley is so fine, the Willamette must be twice as fine. We'll be sitting pretty in our new homestead.
The Grand Ronde, French for Great Ring, is a river that runs roughly parallel to the Blue Mountains. The Oregon Trail crosses through the Grand Ronde River Valley just before the mountains. The Grand Ronde Valley is noted for its beauty and is greatly appreciated by emigrants as a sign that their long journey is nearing its end.
Tell me the tales that you.
So we have two choices, and this is going to be the last forced road of travel here.
I mean, I'm inclined to take the shortcut if Mongo's saying he might have to go soon. Let's see if we can get it done.
Mongo?
If only to follow suit with that, get her done, get her done.
Shortcut. Well, the good news is we got through the mountains. Oh,
Well, wait, did he even have the measles?
not in any reckoning we've...
Okay, I demand a pause and scroll up to see if it ever mentioned measles.
It didn't mention measles.
Okay, I want it known I tried to keep my brother alive. I made an effort.
On the upside, we'll go through food slower. Great!
Blue, you want to explain something?
We're all sharing a tiny little,
Measles is a highly contagious disease that usually strikes
Wagons.
children, although adults can get it if they've never had it before. Its symptoms include fever, cold-like symptoms, such as a sore throat, and a splotchy red rash. If patients get good food and rest, they almost always recover after several days. If ignored, however, it can lead to pneumonia and death, especially among infants and the elderly.
And because we may not get the novelty of it at this point...
Dysentery is an inflammation of the intestines that can be caused by bacteria, internal parasites, or chemical poisons spread by contaminated food or water. Its symptoms include abdominal pain and severe diarrhea. Death can result from dehydration or blood poisoning. Rest and good water are important for recovery, although it can recur chronically for a long period of time.
They finally had their vengeance for those blankets, didn't they?
If we want to do anything... Oh, wow.
5 days later, even though I had measles?
And really did not have any reason to be out of the wagon at all.
Obviously, in my fever, I just wandered away.
I suppose so.
Maybe we ought to stop for like 2 days.
Yeah, we should probably rest.
If only to keep you alive.
Oh goody, it worked!
Seems to be exactly what was needed.
You know, 5 days on a vision quest, 2 days of sleeping in.
That's Axel number 4, if anyone's
Are
keeping
you
count.
fucking kidding me? We're gonna try
to fix it!
Do we even have an extra? Oh good, we did. So now
We
we're
have
zero
one.
axle?
We
have
literally
no
had
axles.
one left.
No axles left.
Oh my god. And we bought one. So we started with 2. We replaced one, we bought one. And then we had to use both spares.
Oh,
God did not like us traveling this lonely road.
Oh, if we
the
see a
only one
fifth.
that we have ever known.
If we see a 5th.
If we see a 5th, the cart's kind of torched.
Whoa, look at health.
Yeah.
Look at health.
We're back to good, so that's good. We going rafting?
And of course, there is no goddamn store.
Well, I think we're almost there.
We are.
The Dalles is the chief embarkation point for rafts heading down the Columbia River toward the Willamette Valley. It was named by French fur trappers who likened the deep, stony river gorge to a huge gutter. In French, the word dalles can refer to gutters or flagstones. Emigrants to Oregon often stop here to rest and trade before rafting down the Columbia.
Get your mind out of the dowels.
These last 100
No, my
miles
mind is only in my
to the
bowels.
Valley are the roughest. Either rafting down the swift and turbulent Columbia River or driving your wagon over the steep Cascade Mountains. Hire an Indian guide if you take the river.
Fortunately, in the game, hiring a guide is not necessary.
My cousin Lydia engaged passage down the Columbia with Indians, a canoe with 17 people and luggage. The wind blew so heavy they had to lay by. Near dark, high waves came up over their heads. Finally, they made it to shore safely.
I collect the tolls for the Barlow Road, a bargain at twice the price. Until last year, the overlander had no choice. Everyone floated the Columbia. Now, with Mr. Barlow's new road, you can
we're getting
drive your
the
wagon
feedback.
right into Oregon City.
And of course, it cleared out right as he said Oregon City.
So I'm going to need to take a quick piss. In the meantime, deliberate your choices. Do we take the toll road and take 100 more miles, just doing what we've been doing? Or do we raft down the Columbia River? Deliberate for about 60 seconds, and I will return momentarily.
I'm in agreement.
That was easy. Because to be fair, in this case, I believe the rafting is we're in control of the raft. And by we, I mean Alpha, who has much better aim than me. So it's not like a willy-nilly
I am trying not to make use of the joke that was easily presented there.
What, about aim?
Yes. He's had more years of experience handling wood.
Probably correct.
Probably.
I said what I said.
Have you been handling it since the day you were born?
I said what I said.
Then I shall not make further comment. Good day.
Okay, I know one opinion. What's the other?
We're in agreement. It's rafting time.
Do we feel brave enough for me to do this blind while you two guide me, or should I just play this straight?
I think you should just play this straight.
Alright.
I do not trust my ability to guide.
Watch the right side for the indicator of how close we are.
About halfway.
I was away at the time.
No, I didn't realize you stepped away. You didn't say anything.
I said good day.
Oh, well, I thought that was a joke, not like you were getting up.
Yeah, well, either way, Alpha, we had much to talk about your wood. And that mighty fine handling of it.
Well, thank you.
Woohoo!
Viva la company! Viva la company! Viva la, viva la, viva la, vogue! Viva la, viva la, viva la, vogue! Viva la, vogue! Viva la, vogue! Viva la company!
All I know is that BBC needs to contact us.
Ha.
Why?
Because 2 people survived with the doctor.
I mean, he usually has survivors.
And the
Oregon Trail would be a really weird episode of Doctor Who.
And you know, we never got the doctor event.
What's the doctor event?
It would read, Alpha was near death, but the doctor was able to help. Or something, or somebody, whoever.
So you're saying the doctor was virtually useless?
The doctor never came into play.
Well, statistically,
he shouldn't have told me that He shouldn't have told me that it doubled as an urethral sounder.
Anyway, Blue, you were saying?
I believe when your main thing is to be a doctor, you are statistically more likely to survive the diseases, yeah?
That's true, but there is also that special event that says the doctor had to step in and help.
Right.
Anyway,
so we might have had more death had we not chosen doctor.
You mean like last week?
You'd make it to the end of the trail without your wagon.
You can't actually do that, no.
So no matter what, you're getting those 50 points.
Yeah, you're guaranteed at least 250 points. And that's from one person in very poor health and the wagon.
So, not bad, actually.
Yeah, 6th place. Now, I did this last week, but again, for sake of anybody who really wants a challenge and half a chance at actually breaking the high score, do this. Be a teacher for that 3.5 multiplier. You don't have much money. You don't have any advantages, but that multiplier, though. Doesn't much matter mechanically when you leave, just try to survive.
Yeah, emphasis on try.
And with $400, I typically play on these numbers. Leaves me $10 for the 2 fairies, and I'm willing to part ways with clothing for the Indian guide.
40 pounds of food is so little, though.
Yeah.
Boxes of bullets seems pretty high.
Mongo, how much you got in you for a 10-minute speed run at this level?
I might be here for all of that.
I'm going to make this as quick as I possibly can just to see what happens. But actually, let's bring the usual crew.
Well, if you're gonna do it,
Okay, but I want to be the one in the last spot this time.
I've already been pushing.
You want to be in the last spot. Is there a particular reason?
Because I'm always in the first spot, because alphabetically somehow I end up there.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Well, when you have a B.
Also, my last name starts with A. I'm always in the first spot.
Yeah, well, with my last name, always at the end.
Now you get to be first. Congratulations.
It tastes like milkshakes bringing all the boys to the yard.
Damn right. It's better than yours. Anyway, we're gonna rattle on through this.
Can you, make the game go faster? Or we're just gonna see how long it takes you to die?
Well, this time I'm not gonna stop and talk at anything. It's gonna be much faster that way.
Fair enough.
No, we're literally just gonna roll here.
They see me rolling. They hating.
Yeah, come on, no background music. You gotta provide it now, Mongo. Pick another song and go all the way.
And take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Take me home tonight. And we're gonna let it come over you. I'm not really watching, but was it what I was singing or what happened?
Singing. Not that your singing was terrible or particularly
It was
good.
the choice of song.
Yes.
Okay, I can live with this.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Tonight's gonna be the best fucking night. I don't know the words.
Do you still deny that you're the one who introduced me to that version?
No, I never denied it.
And it was because of you, by the way, that came up in a fairly recent karaoke party I was at.
You're welcome.
Karaoke parties.
Wits. She was singing the original song, and I was singing the lyrics in the.
It's fairly recent. I didn't think you meant that one. I thought you meant actually recent.
No.
Within the last few weeks.
It's recent. It's recent enough for me.
I was this close to picking up one of those little kid karaoke mics that you can hook up to your phone for Christmas.
Oh really? What's
Oh really?
What stopped
you? And what army?
What stopped me was that it looked like in the ass to set up from the reviews. And what gets mad when I spend money for holiday stuff and usually gives me a look to get a Christmas gift over there. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a nicer one.
No, I know she hates getting gifts.
Question for you guys: do you feel physically ill anytime you try to spend more than $100 on one purchase?
No.
Well, I feel like I was raised somewhat weirdly.
My mom's an accountant. I budget my money so that if I want to go blow $500
on blow.
No. Usually on pretty clothes, to be honest, or like other ridiculous shit. Though I have managed to resist the temptation to buy the gigantic Totoro beanbag chair that I want. Mostly because you have to import it and they don't really have it in stock anywhere in America, and I'd have to pay a disgusting amount of money in shipping fees. I can't justify like $120 extra in shipping. Like, I understand that shipping costs money. Oh, man!
Oh, that ain't great.
Why are we, like, on the fire run, man?
Great question.
We're all set to burn in hell.
I am having some trouble here.
Yeah, your aim seems a little dicey compared to last time. You tired today?
Oh my.
Possible.
Does that say you have how many pounds of non-perishable food?
Not.
5.
5.
You found what?
A set of clothing and 2 tongues.
Oh, so you can abandon ones.
Certainly can.
Does that usually only appear if you are, like, low?
No, it's just a very rare event.
Your mother's a rare event.
Actually, that's a high compliment. She truly is 1 in a million.
I like your mom. She's a super nice lady. Also, I appreciate
your mother is a super nice lady.
I appreciate that every time I'm at your house, she tries to feed us snacks.
Yeah. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. See if I can get a wagon for a tongue.
Wait, wasn't she responsible for all those cookies when I came to visit?
Yes.
Okay, so she was throwing snacks at us too.
Yes, she does that. It's the Italian in her.
Listen, I like macadamia nuts, so she's good with me.
As a fellow Italian, I appreciate people who have tried to feed me.
I don't think I could be less Italian.
There's something soothing about it. Well, it turns out that there's actually a lot of German in my family.
Oh, heck yeah. Welcome to the club. Although I'll
like...
say there is one group of people, if we're going to be partially racist about it like we just were, that have tried to feed me as much as Italians.
I don't think racist is quite the word for what we're talking about here.
And that is the Indians.
It's true. They will also try and feed you up. And Indian food is so good.
It is.
Oh, it is amazing.
One of the reasons I brought up Pakistani food is there's actually a local place. And I started going to them. Well, I started to go to this place before they were partnered with this Pakistani family. And then I went when they reopened, like, after like a year of COVID, the lady who had the shop partnered with this family, and they started making more of the ethnic instead of just what she had, which was like very basic soup and sandwiches before. And I literally like walked in, I don't know, the second week they were open, followed my nose to the counter and was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And accidentally kind of made friends with the family. So now whenever I'm there, I get a little extra. And
there is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
oh, but it's so like everything I've had that I'm not allergic to, because it turns out that that food oftentimes has like pistachio and other tree nuts. Anything that I'm not allergic to has been amazing. So now I'm always like, "Ooh, what's that? Ooh, your special is new. Ooh, what's that?" So at least they appreciate my enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, so I often watch a town government building for parties that are being hosted there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sort of to make sure it's open and all. We had a council member who was Indian have like it was both a holiday, but it also felt like kind of a celebration for something to do with them. Forgive me, I don't know too well on their culture, but let's just say they were practically throwing food at me and telling me to bring it back with me. And you can ask Seth, I brought back some good food.
That's like my dad fixes cars, and there that owns 2 Indian restaurants in the area, and fix their cars for so long that they always bring him lunch. Yeah, so they drop off the car, but also bring him a meal. So he's always like, "I'm cool with it." I keep telling Set that if he's down on Sunday, we gotta go hit up the one day that the one Indian place does the buffet, because they only do it Sunday lunch.
Okay, so I've been doing They Are Billions in the background here. How the hell are you still alive?
Careful planning, I guess.
Here, if you scroll up, you see he's hunting a lot. That's why he got so many bullets.
Let me check. Okay, now I can see.
And the luck of finding an abandoned wagon.
Okay then.
Yeah. So even on your very slim food, you'd rather hunt and keep it filling, huh?
Yep.
So I feel justified in my don't use meager rations.
Yeah, letting health drop too far on a run like this is suicide. Like, this is literally me playing at my absolute highest level.
Now, is there don't increase the pace to get it over quickly? You're better at a steady pace?
Yeah, I would prefer not to speed up if I don't absolutely have to. Because
What would make you feel like you had to?
An extreme low of supplies, which I am not nearly at right now.
Fair enough.
As long as I have a bullet, I have a prayer.
Yeah, you can make the hunger go away instantly.
That's not quite what I meant.
But what happens if you are out of bullets and then you run out of food? Basically go into starvation mode till you can trade with somebody?
Yeah, health will go down super fast, and then once you get to very poor, everybody gets exhausted and dies quickly.
Oh, that sucks. How many days are you looking for?
1. I just made a 6-day rest out of principle.
What is every?
Jeez, man, you are making that distance.
I'm wondering because health is fair. What are people's stats?
You have cholera and everyone else is fine.
Well, sadly, I really must go. Like, this is beyond pushing it.
Well, now you have a broken leg.
Oh,
God damn it, Alpha!
watch.
As soon as you said you had to go, the game punished you.
As soon as the video's up, I'll send you the URL to it.
Then you can see if you survived.
Yeah, but on principle, I gotta at least try to finish.
No, I get that, but like,
yeah,
I just
go.
Yeah,
Good night. I'm fascinated by the way you're doing this speed run. There's a lot more hunting since you didn't get much for the non-perishables.
Yeah, like this time I don't have a choice but to do it this way.
So, there's the little bit of non-perishables you get at the beginning really just to get you to that first hunt, essentially?
Yes. It's literally the whole point. So basically the whole thing hinges on whether I can hunt, whether I can find anything hunting in the first, 2 days. If I can't, we're already in trouble.
And have you tried running this teacher run in different months?
Yes.
It doesn't.
It affects the weather, which screws with the numbers a little bit more than I want them to. Like, I'd rather not have to put up with the environmentals any more than I need to. So I go in May.
Oh, because earlier you get, more rain and all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once you hit, the middle, start having no grass no matter what.
Yeah, because it's desert country at that point. And you notice the extreme numbers of rest days I'm taking here.
Yeah.
Getting back up to good is extremely hard from this point forward.
So really you're trying to stay at fair so that you survive?
Yes. And then worry about getting back to good at the Dallas.
Well, now you're at poor.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, is that just because there's no water? Because Mongo and I are...
Every time the water... Well, the illnesses and the health in general are two entirely separate systems. In as much as the health obviously affects how frequently you get sick and stuff like that. But you can still recover even if you're at very poor health. Shit. Gotcha. I've had extraordinarily bad luck with the water here.
I feel like the early we had a lot of bad water, and the one we played last week, it was a lot water. I just assumed that was a game mechanic in this section.
I mean, it's more likely in this part of the... Jesus Christ. Well, that might do me some good.
Yeah, you bounce back up to fair right before you hit hunt.
Yep.
Suffering from exhaustion.
Yep.
Mongo's right, though. The backgrounds are actually surprisingly pretty when you pay attention to them.
Yeah, they got some really good artists for this.
Especially for the screen quality back then.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't gotten very far since the last hunt. This is probably a bad idea. Whatever.
Oh boy. Wait, hit status? So we got exhaustion, dysentery, and everybody else is fair.
Yeah. Fortunately, we still had an extra tongue from that abandoned wagon, so we're still even par at 1 apiece. I need to get a little further before I start hunting.
What do you do? So every so many days?
Every so many miles. At this point, like 50 miles is reasonable.
You find that if the oxen don't have any grass, is there less hunting?
No, doesn't seem to have any effect.
So that's more of just a random generated pop-up.
Which, from what I can tell, increases the likelihood of an ox getting sick or a sick ox dying.
If somehow you manage to keep everybody alive in this like harsher run you're doing. When we what, 2 in the last one?
Yeah, I'm doing my absolute fucking damnedest here. Shit! Well, there goes 10,000, but I could still beat the high with 4.
Who just died?
I did. I believe I was first to die last run, too. Alright, now we might be in trouble.
Why? Because you have a piece that you don't have a replacement for, or?
Yeah, I just used our last tongue. Oh, now health gets back to good. God damn it.
Oh,
Bill, what are you doing? Turn to the side and Bella is licking a pillow.
Aw.
What's up with that? It's a pillow. It's not a snack. So, did you decide to rest purely because you had two bad waters in a row?
Yep.
Just thinking about your methodology here.
We are in big trouble date-wise for the Sierra Nevadas, though.
Why? Because you're already in November?
Yeah.
Now, is this because you rested so much, so you're running later?
Yeah. Unfortunate byproduct of it. Unfortunately, if water events and health run that bad, this is kind of a chance you have to take.
And have you found that you still prefer to leave in May?
Yes. And this is after a lot of years of
experimenting.
Yeah. I have broken 10,000 points, which is well over the high score of 7650.
Yeah, where did those high scores?
What about them?
I mean, I said, where did those high scores come from?
They're just preloaded.
Right, but I mean, is there still a leaderboard somewhere?
Maybe online nowadays. I mean, they took 10 names from this part of U.S. history and just plugged them in with scores.
So essentially, since you only save enough money to pay for the ferries, you really don't do anything at the forts.
Yeah, exactly. And at this point, I have no money. The last $10 went to those ferries. That was the entire strategy behind the numbers.
Right, but I mean, it makes it really easy to just say, "Yep, taking the shortcuts too."
Yeah. I try to play the long game early, especially at this kind of run.
It's just interesting, like, no matter what your strategy is, there's so many random events.
Yep. So you kind of just have to play your best game and hope you don't get fucked up the ass. Come on, stay good, please.
A blizzard! Oh no.
Yep.
You're in December already.
Yep. But we're so close. We're right there. Just get to the Dalles. Ah!
December. Does it being December affect the rafting?
No, I don't believe so. And we're in good health. Let's get the fuck out of here. All I gotta do is survive this, and I'm pretty sure I have the top spot. Yes. It's forcing me to make some tight squeezes here. God damn it. Less
So
than
what did you lose out on points wise that got you lower than you?
because I lost somebody is what it boiled down to. If Alpha had survived, I would have had it. As it stands, there's where I land.
Oh, second best.
That's how close I got. Within 200 points. But yeah, basically the only thing that truly went wrong was we had a death. So yeah, if you want to break the high score, that's pretty much how to do it, people. Just pray nobody dies. That's really the best I can tell you.
Be a teacher, hunt a lot, pray nobody dies.
Yep. So that's essentially eat, pray. How do we get love out of this? Take care of your animals, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess love is make sure you feed everybody good rations and go at a steady pace.
Yep. Oh, that's love. Keep your people alive. Well, anyway, that's it for possibly the year. We may be back Friday next week. We may not. We'll see.
To be determined.
Worst case scenario, we'll see you next year. So, bye.
Bye.